Welcome back, everyone. If you're looking to truly optimize your AI workflow, well, you're in exactly the right place. Today, we're breaking down a framework that's absolutely essential for anyone using large language models, specifically the Claude family. Okay, let's dive into this. We're looking at the Anthropic hierarchy, and more importantly, how to choose the exact right Claude model for your specific task. Here's our map for this explainer. We'll start with a Claude model hierarchy, then look at Haiku the sprinter, Sonnet the balanced professional, Opus the deep thinker, and finally wrap up with making your choice. Let's start with the broad strokes. Section 1, the Claude model hierarchy. Look, treating AI like a single monolithic tool that you just use for absolutely everything, it's a mistake. It's a super common mistake, but a mistake nonetheless. I mean, you wouldn't use a sledgehammer to hang a tiny picture frame, right? Well, AI is exactly the same way. That is why Anthropic categorizes its models into 3 main sizes. We've got Haiku, Sonnet, and Opus, and they're designed to balance speed, intelligence, and cost. Understanding this whole ecosystem and really learning how each of these sizes serves a highly distinct purpose in your tool belt, that's what separates casual users from power users. It's all about getting exactly what you need, exactly when you need it. Now, every single AI choice you make is basically a balancing act among 3 pillars: speed, intelligence, and cost. It's just a reality. You literally cannot have maximum speed, maximum intelligence, and minimum cost all at the exact same time. It pretty much defies the physics of computing. So Anthropic built these 3 specific models to balance those 3 pillars in totally different ways. Let's move right into our first and lightest model, Section 2, Haiku, the sprinter. So, Haiku is widely known as the sprinter. And honestly, just like a track sprinter, it's designed entirely for speed, efficiency, and just keeping things super lean. When you fire up Haiku, you're making a choice to prioritize rapid action and keep your compute costs just as absolutely low as possible. Its primary function is giving you near-instant responses with incredibly low latency. So the really crucial point here is that you use Haiku when you need a wildly fast experience, but you absolutely do not need deep, complex reasoning or multi-layered logic. You just need the AI to react, and you need it to react right now. Let's look at some actual use cases. We're talking simple chatbots, high-volume automated tasks, quick summaries, and latency-critical applications. Just imagine you're running a customer service platform, right? Users are asking hundreds of basic questions every single minute. Things like, hey, what are your hours? Or how do I reset my password? For that, you need high throughput. You need those answers delivered instantly, without completely breaking the bank on compute costs. Haiku handles that kind of volume flawlessly. Because, well, it isn't overthinking the problem. It's just sprinting straight to the finish line. But what happens when you need a bit more brain power? Well, that brings us to Section 3, Sonnet, the balanced professional. Sonnet totally earns the nickname the balanced professional. And what's really interesting here is how Sonnet acts as the ultimate all-rounder of the whole Claude family. It's basically the model designed to just put on a hard hat and get to work on your everyday professional tasks. It truly represents the sweet spot between intelligence and speed. See, Sonnet is significantly smarter and way more capable of complex reasoning than Haiku, yet it remains fast enough to keep your workflows moving super efficiently. It doesn't get bogged down the way heavier models sometimes might. It's really the perfect compromise when you need a reliable partner that won't keep you waiting, but also won't make silly mistakes on complex logic. And that versatility is exactly why Sonnet is the absolute go-to choice for the vast majority of day-to-day business and creative workflows. Think general-purpose AI applications, data processing, coding projects, and tasks that require a blend of reasoning and performance. If you're sitting down at your desk right now to write a Python script, or maybe parse through a medium-sized data set, or draft a professional report, Sonnet is usually where you're going to want to start. It's reliable, it's powerful, and honestly, it respects your time. Sometimes, though, the problem at hand is vastly more complex. You need a master. That brings us to Section 4, Opus, the deep thinker. Opus is the deep thinker. This is Anthropic's flagship absolute high-performance model. It is built specifically for handling the heaviest intellectual lifting you could possibly throw at it. You turn to Opus when quality, depth, and accuracy are your absolute, non-negotiable priorities. When you select Opus, you're intentionally trading away that raw, snappy speed of Haiku. You know going in that you're accepting the model is going to take a moment to ponder, but in exchange for that time, you are unlocking unparalleled depth, sophisticated analysis, and highly advanced complex problem solving. The use cases here are incredibly demanding. We're looking at advanced research, intricate coding architectures, and we're not just talking about a quick script here. We're talking about designing entire software systems from the ground up. Nuanced creative writing, where an incredibly deep understanding of tone, voice, and subtext is required. And of course, multi-step reasoning tasks, where the AI has to hold on to a really complex train of thought over a long period of time. Opus excels here because it literally has the intellectual depth to see the big picture and the tiny details all at once. So we have our sprinter, our balanced professional, and our deep thinker. Let's move to section 5, making your choice, and build an actionable toolkit for your daily workflow. Let's actually contrast the two extremes for a second. On one end, Haiku gives you maximum speed and cost efficiency. On the other hand, Opus gives you maximum intelligence and deep reasoning. Comparing them directly really highlights why this hierarchy even exists in the first place. Think about it. If you only had Opus, simple tasks would be way too expensive and way too slow. But if you only had Haiku, complex tasks would just fail entirely. And that perfectly highlights why having Sonnet sitting right there in the middle is just so incredibly necessary for everyday balance. Seriously, I want you to mentally screenshot this breakdown. This is your ultimate cheat sheet. It brings this entire Goldilocks arc into one clear, super practical view. You've got Haiku for high volume, Sonnet for daily general purpose, Opus for advanced, intricate problems. The very next time you sit down to prompt the AI, check this matrix in your head and ask yourself, okay, what exactly am I asking the model to do right now? I'm going to leave you with this final thought to help audit your own AI habits. Take a look at your recent prompts. Are you paying for deep thinking when you really only need a sprint? Or conversely, are you frustrated by shallow answers because you're asking a sprinter to solve a complex architectural problem? Choosing the right model from the Anthropic hierarchy isn't just about saving money or saving time. It's about setting the AI and yourself up for actual success. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I'll catch you in the next one.